Welcome everyone to the Radio Toons podcast. How's it going?
It's going great, man.
It is going great. You know why?
Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah, I'm Steve.
I'm Ernie.
Yeah. Because Devil May Cry 5.
Devil 5 Cry My.
Devil 5 Cry May by Comcap just released a new trailer today. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it for like 3 weeks because they said that at TGS they were like, you're going to get all that Dante gameplay, that in-game fucking action.
Sweet gameplay.
Yeah. Full reveal of his body, everything that you want to see. And
I'd have that Dante, man. I'd have that shot.
I was surprised actually because at first glance I was like, ew, you know, like he looks kind of gross. His hair looks kind of muddy.
There's no pleasing you, sir.
No. Okay. Honestly though, he looks like he plays like he usually does, just a little bit slower, like a tad bit slower.
Well, the game overall seems slower.
Yeah.
So that was to be expected.
But his new weapons look amazing. He obviously like has Sparta or some kind of
it's definitely
variation of Sparta. Yeah, because it looks like Sparta, but it looks like more gooey or like nightmarish.
Yeah, but
like...
I think that's the overall style of the whole thing because like it's less color, so I guess it's trying to be less goofy and more realistic or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's the play. So Rebellion, Sparta. We saw Ifrit gloves.
It looks like Ifrit, yeah, because it's on fire. It's not like
the I guess the quote unquote the new weapon is his motorcycle.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting because Ernie was saying like, oh, it's like Pandora.
Well, I said it's his new version of Pandora, so it's going to be like he can attack with it, but like he can form it back into his motorcycle and then I guarantee he's going to have like combinations.
Different, like different forms and stuff.
Yeah,
totally. I agreed with that only because I was like, it might be the weapon that you don't use all the time, but there's one move from it that you might use in combos. Like
I think from what I saw in the trailer, and if you haven't watched it, pause here, watch it, and come back so you can get kind of like what we're talking about. There's this one move where he kind of does, I don't know what it's called, but like when you spin around on your motorcycle where you're like just having the back wheel.
Like a donut, yeah.
That looks, is that called a donut? Anyway, it looks like that's going to be for crowd control. Like you can like wrap people in a little bit of a tornado.
Or like he's peeling out, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So he's like wrapping around. It feels like that's a crowd control move, which, you know, for a lot of games that's a really important move. In these kind of games,
I'm actually from the trailer, I got that he's not going to have style changes.
Because I think it's too early to tell.
Because they showed him they showed his teleport, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so he might have a few trickster moves,
right?
But I feel like if he had style changes, they would have shown a block,
Royal Guard, or something.
Yeah, they would have shown a block, or they would have shown at least a couple of gunslinger moves.
You know, they did show off his weapons. But very, very quickly. Because they showed off that Dante and Nero are still like, talking.
How do you know
They know each other because there was a trailer where they were, like, talking, and then Nero goes, like, I got all the power I need right here, because they're going over what happened to his hand. So they meet up to talk about it and stuff.
Okay.
And then, what's her name? Lady and Trish show up. But, like...
I was going to get to that.
But the reason I bring them up is because, like, Dante looks at his guns and, like, she's like, we're going to upgrade those old things that you got there. And it's like he's using ebony and ivory, and then he's using the shotgun. I didn't see anything else besides that. So that leaves me to believe that there's more.
Right.
And if they're showing off all this, that doesn't mean they aren't going to be style changes. But, like, they can't give you everything in this one trailer.
I was really surprised, I guess, to see Lady in the game. And I was very happy, because she's cool. She gets cool in every game to me.
And then they also have Trish, which, by the way, Trish has, like, emotions in this one.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, Dante, hey, Dad!
And her hair was all, like, wavy and, like, it moved around.
Yeah, because they can do it now. Now it doesn't all have to be, like, slicked back and everything to save on render.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was a part where they show his Devil Trigger. And his Devil Trigger looks... I think it looks badass. I like that they kept the trench coat motif going through it. It looks like it keeps evolving from, like, this... Like, I remember the first one was really, like, bulky and rocky, and this one's way more sleek and, like... I don't want to say, like, it looks like it's fish-like, because it has, like, a lot of fins on it or something, but it definitely looked like he's faster in it.
I don't mind it. I just... It kind of looks like the DMC4 one.
Sure.
And I'm used to it looking different in every single game. Like Devil May Cry 3 especially had like a drastically different design. But that's
3? Yeah. But that's because it had to, because that was early on.
It was designed by a different guy though.
Okay.
Those specific designs were like a guest artist from Shin Megami Tensei or something like that.
Okay. All right.
But my point is like, so this is like the 4-1 just kind of upgraded. Mm-hmm. I was like, why wouldn't you just do a whole new like look for him? Because I was just used to that. But it's not like it's a big deal. They showed his transformation like all CG, and it looks pretty cool. I was like, yeah.
You didn't like the wings?
What do you mean?
He had like moth wings.
Oh, he always has wings when he flies. That's how.
I know, but they look more like moths and less like bat wings.
Okay.
You know.
I don't know. I just feel like if he's a demon,
I'm a demon.
You have no limits.
Of course, but like it has to be formed in something.
No, and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind it. I'm just saying, like, as an artist, you have the freedom to do whatever you want. Especially like in Devil May Cry, where it's like, it's almost assumed that Devil Trigger this game, Dante's gonna look completely different because.
Okay. The only thing I would say to that is that they want this to be like as direct of a sequel to Part 4 as possible. I feel. So they're trying to keep a lot of the motifs between the two pretty steady. You know what I mean? Like, Part 1, like, Devil May Cry 1 was like him by himself.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the last in the timeline.
You could say that's a detriment to the game's creativity.
Think so?
That they're trying to streamline something like Devil May Cry.
No, I just feel like they dedicated more time into changing Nero, and Dante's supposed to be the constant in the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's supposed to be what everybody's kind of like. That's the bridge throughout the whole Devil May Cry series. Is like, that's Dante. That's always been Dante, and it will never be anything other than Dante. Nero's the one that's drastically changed from the long-haired kid to the short-haired kid to like no-arm kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope
even Trish and Lady are the same.
No, Trish is the same because I have a feeling that she can't change her clothes because she's like a demon or something.
Oh, and Trish and Lady's like a person.
But Lady looks completely different. She has like goggles. I mean, she still wears white, but she looks completely different. You know, I don't know.
But she's a human, so she may need to like. She's getting older.
She's not a human. She's like half. You played Part 3, right?
I just don't remember that part. I didn't play with Lady.
Her dad is a. Devil May Cry 3 spoilers, guys.
No!
Her dad is Arkham, that guy that looks like a weird demon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he killed like his mother. He killed her mother as a sacrifice to open the gates of hell or something.
And she got pregnant somehow?
She's half human, half like that guy or whatever the fuck that guy.
When did they do it? Before and then he killed her?
Yeah, like obviously before. Yeah.
Weird. Okay. All right.
You're asking when they did it. That's the least important thing out of all that information. I just
no, because you know you do it 9 months. You raise a kid, and then he sacrificed her?
I gave you all this story, and you're just like, but when did he nut? That's what I want to know.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, they raised a child together, and then he killed the wife?
Yeah. Because she was a little girl or something, and she got the rocket launcher she has belonged to her mother or something.
All right. This whole thing sounds dumb. So I'm just going to glance over it. Anyway, Lady looks cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for sensibilities from Devil May Cry, I think you should look elsewhere. It's a wacky story. It's not really made to, which is more to keep going. Which is more to my point as to like the bland colors and the fact that like Devil Trigger's the same in this game is a little bit.
Hey, listen, we've already kind of voiced that we have problems with the look of it so far, but now that Dante's been full revealed, that motif has continued. Like his red coat. His iconic red coat is like a muddy red, like maroon.
Yeah, it's kind of dreary.
And his hair looks actually like, I told my brother, it looks like his hair right now where he cuts it a little shorter in the front.
It's layered.
And leaves the
layered is the word you're looking for.
All right, layered. So that's the way it looks. And then he has kind of a half beard.
He looked. Yeah.
I remember when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, he looks old, but it's not. He doesn't look old. He just has a beard, like a half beard. And when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, oh, he's not old. He just looks scraggly.
But I guess okay. One thing to take into account is that Dante pretty much looks drastically different in every game. So, like,
well, yeah, he definitely looks different in this one.
Like from part one, he has like really dark skin, and
orange.
his hair is like parted in the middle, kind of like this game.
Yeah.
Whereas like part 3, he like looks like a baby, and then well,
he should, right?
Part 4, he still has the hair in his face, but
he looks like Brad Pitt.
But he has like a Brad Pitt kind of like build. And this game, he almost looks like what's that guy's name? Norman Reedus.
Okay.
Doesn't he? Like
I don't know who Norman Reedus is.
You don't know?
The guy from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he's
from Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been what they were going
Maybe
for.
That was like the inspiration. I don't know.
Yeah, like scraggly beard, kind of that. I could see that connection. Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. Anyway, I was just extremely happy to see Dante finally. I was waiting for this fucking trailer all day, and literally like the minute before this podcast started, I refreshed my Twitter and it was there. So I was like, all right, let's fucking watch it before we do this. Let's fucking watch it.
So you're still in?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think I have to be because. I mean, for the most part...
I have to be.
No. Okay, I mean, I hate to say that. I don't want to sound like a fanboy. But it's like...
It's okay to be a fanboy. Man.
It's like they've showed me what's important, mechanic-wise, and they've talked about how, Nero has a lot of moves. So that's great. Because
I just differ on they've showed us everything. They haven't shown us everything. I feel like there's going to be like a couple more guns.
No,
I think there'll be at least one other layer style.
So they tease V at the end. They finally showed his face.
The third playable character is.
Yeah,
you're right.
So he's gonna have his whole another slew of attacks and whatnot that you can use, and I'm actually surprised, honestly, that he's not the main character because you feel like in the sort of tradition of things like. I feel like the newcomer would be the new guy to whatever.
I mean, sure.
I personally don't like how he looks. He just kind of looks like he looks like the lead singer of like fucking some kind of screamo band. No, the Strokes don't have that many tattoos or like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you know what? If Julian had no tattoos, maybe because like he dresses like he just got out of bed. He wears like sandals. He has sweats.
This guy just looks very like gothy, I guess.
Yeah,
it would,
especially with the black hair.
And he has, like, no real color scheme. He's just black.
It's just black on black on black.
Like, that's a little bit strange to me. But whatever.
And he has sandals on.
You know what, though? It might be this kind of thing where they're just like, oh, we don't want to... If we give him a hint of color, people are going to think he's associated with something else.
Right.
You know? It's like, oh, if we gave him, like, a blue shirt, people would be like, oh, that's Nero in disguise, or that's Nero's, like, other son or something weird like that, Like, so maybe this is their way of just saying, like, he's not. Okay,
he's nothing.
He's his own guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, very excited. I'm very happy that trailer came out. But they also showed something else real fast at the end.
Oh yeah.
If you guys saw the trailer, Nero's gonna have a Mega Buster, which is
cool.
Just like Mega Man. It is cool. I actually, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, why? That has to be one of them, right? Like I thought that would be like an in-game secret or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out you have to pay for it. So even better, right, guys? You have to you have to pay for it. For the first time in history, in Devil May Cry history, you have to pay for a weapon. Isn't that great?
I feel like they should have just left that alone and just left it in the game somehow, and like had people find it when you do like AAA rank on every single thing, and
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they should have done that. Because I did AAA rank on the Devil May Cry remake, and I was like, do I get anything for this? It's like, nope, you don't. So I was like, I would have appreciated something.
Oh, like you S-ranked all the missions or something?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
S-ranked. Sorry, it's S-ranked.
Yeah.
You have to get triple S. Sorry.
Whatever. I mean, I'm going to sound like such a fucking tool, but yeah, I'm probably going to get the deluxe edition.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
If it gives me another weapon for Dante, then yes, I want another weapon for Dante.
So stupid. I hate that.
And then it also said alternate announcers and what did it say, like overlays or something?
Yeah. Not to mention, you get 3 more hands. aside from the Mega Buster. And then alternate costumes.
So essentially, what we were complaining about the first time we were talking about this game, the UI in general. I guess you can switch how it looks, and you don't have to have.
You have to pay for it.
You don't have to have that grungy announcer that's like sinister. Yeah. Okay. So last thing on Devil May Cry. They put up on their YouTube channel. They put up Dante's theme song this morning to kind of like tease that he was going to come out.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about how bad his theme song was. So if you haven't heard it, head on over to the YouTube channel for Devil May Cry 5 and check out. It's like the music video or something. And I won't lie to you, it's pretty bad. But it's like,
is it a screamo band or something?
I'm not one who's like, fuck yeah, Devil May Cry music. You know, like it's there. And if it fits the tone of the game, then sure, I don't care. You know, like that's not something that I'm fucking blasting in my car or like.
I haven't listened to it, just so everybody knows. So I don't know what to tell you.
I would love to have you listen to it after the fact. So we'll after this podcast, next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
I'll tweet out about it.
But yeah, so in other news, lots of shit happened this week. The news has just been piling up.
Because they had a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. They had one before TGS, which is a bit like, okay, sure, why not?
Right.
And to be honest, I don't really want to dwell on it too long because there wasn't really
not super huge announcements.
They announced a good amount of like little things and all this shit. And to be completely honest, the Nintendo Switch store now is like 900 pages, dude. Like they put up like fucking 30 games every Friday, so. It's more like at this point I'm like, okay, great, things are coming out for Switch. I'm happy. I don't necessarily need to know what it is all the time, right? Mm-hmm. That Brawler pack came out though that they announced in that Direct. So like
really?
a bunch of Capcom Brawlers are coming out. Yeah,
sweet.
The big thing was Luigi's Mansion 3.
Great.
I'm
totally down because I didn't play the first one, but I played the one on the 3DS and I really enjoyed that one.
I used to love Luigi's Mansion, the first one.
I think it was nostalgic for you.
Yeah,
it came with your GameCube.
I know it wasn't the best game. Yeah, my mother bought it for me, and it was
the day you got it.
It was like this weird, like hard plastic, bundle that they make at Costco. They just make bundles out of shit that they have there.
Yeah,
and it was like the strategy guide, the game, and then the GameCube, like all like in this weird hard
plastic. Yeah, I was like, is this just a giant toy or something?
Yeah, and I know for a fact too. By that point, the GameCube was dead. And they were just trying to get rid of them by bundling them off with like it was like that kind of, it was that kind of deal, yeah. Plan.
But Part 3 looks great because not only is it like now they have a bunch of more stuff to use in Luigi's Mansion, and the stuff that they did in the 3DS.
What do you mean
version,
stuff to use like this, like assets from their last games? Or what?
No, I mean like they've had so much in the past for Luigi's Mansion. Now it's a franchise. Now all that stuff they can bring in here. So there's a lot of ideas that they can bring in from the 3DS, from the GameCube one, and now they have now it's going to be on the Switch, which means there's possibility for like multiplayer.
If I am to praise Luigi's Mansion 2 in any way, it would be the innovation in the vacuum.
Yeah,
they had like a million like nozzles that you could put on it.
Not to mention the light, because they had the regular light and then they had the dark light.
Yeah,
you know, like. They really took their time with that game, and I hope they bring all of that innovation to the third one.
It honestly seemed like way more structured.
Mm-hmm.
The pace of the game was really good. Just when I thought like I was going to get bored with it, they introduced like new enemies that need something else, or like there's some creative way to beat these new enemies or something.
Even the last, like I won't spoil the final boss, but the final boss is like everything you learned about this game, apply it here.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll play it I'll play Luigi's Mansion 3 for sure.
I'm getting it for sure.
One thing I'm kind of like, I guess I'm just asking myself why they did this.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. Why are you doing that? You have another handheld console that's a lot better, so why wouldn't you just put it on Switch?
I don't know, man.
Like,
I thought it was coming out for the Switch.
No, that's 3DS.
It's 3DS?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought it was for the Switch. You guys caught me in a serious reaction right here. I was I thought it was on the Switch.
The first one, the re-release of the first one. is what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what I saw. Okay.
The re-release of the first game is going to be on 3DS, which is like... Why are you... I don't get it. Like, my fucking cell phone has better graphics than the 3DS, and that's not even an exaggeration. That's real. Like, real. I don't know. Well, anyway, obviously, people were also excited about the new Animal Crossing, which has no name.
Nope.
It's just Animal Crossing 2019.
Switch.
Yeah. Which is cool. I'm always down for Animal Crossing. I'm not.
I can take or leave, but it's just like it's not my type of game.
Fuck that.
It's not that. Fuck that. I like that people enjoy it on the Switch. It's a great game. Like, I played it for a little while on my iPhone. Mm-hmm. I did the iPhone version of it, and I thought that was fun for a little bit. But as people started not playing, it got boring. So
look, like it's a feel good game. It's got some nice vibes to it. Okay. If you are a person that takes video games serious in like any shape or form, you probably will not like Animal Crossing. Just because there's a lot of stupid nuances that they're really stubborn about, like certain decisions in that game. And for example, if you get your hair cut in Animal Crossing and you go back to the barber that same day, they say, "Oh, you can't get your hair cut today. You have to wait till tomorrow." In-game time. Like real time. Real time and in-game time are the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to wait a whole fucking day to get a haircut?
Yeah, like the whole Animal Crossing thing is built around an internal clock.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb to me. Like, I mean, look, that's just me though, okay? And I understand, like, when I'm playing this game, I am in that kind of mindset where I'm like, whatever. Who cares? Like, I'll do something else because of my haircut is screwed up today. I can't complain about it because I can't fucking do anything about it. So I'm just gonna go fish or something. But like, it's a very grindy game.
Of course,
like
that's what Animal Crossing.
That's why to me I was always kind of like, I understand Animal Crossing games are nice, but like, do you guys really fucking wanted one this bad? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Believe it or not, like Animal Crossing does gangbusters, man. Like the Happy Home Designer, the one on the one on the
that one did not do well. Did? I thought you meant Amiibo Festival. That one did terrible.
No. Amiibo Festival, no. That's not a proper Animal Crossing game, though.
No, right.
People want, like, the real deal, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I think this one will do just fine. But, again, it's one of those ones where it's like, if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. Just, like, it's straight down the middle.
It really is. It honestly is. I honestly, like, had to force myself to like that game. Like, I know that sounds really strange, but I had a friend who was playing at the same time, and he was just like, "Come on, dude, just stick with it, and we'll see like if it gets any better or something."
We'll see some cool stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, what can you fucking?
And what's her name? She was put into Smash as an assist, right?
No, she's a real character.
She's a real character.
I believe she's an Echo Fighter for Villager because they have the same Final Smash. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's fantastic. I love that. Because it's essentially, it would be the same moves. But what I didn't appreciate was that my Twitter feed was polluted with a bunch of people trying to do her.
Oh, with Isabel porn?
No, memes. Like all of a sudden, all these Smash characters are like, somebody drew a bunch of the Smash characters, like, giving her flowers. And be like, you want to Smash? Mm-hmm. Get it, everybody?
I got it.
Because she's in Smash Brothers.
I got it.
And it was just all day. And I did not appreciate it.
I don't know. I'm like, she's a cool character. Do people need to blow it out of proportion like this? I don't think so.
No.
I feel like
it's just one of those. It's part of that meme culture.
I feel like even the director of the game is a woman.
Okay.
I feel like her as well would just be like, kind of just wanted to make a chill ass game. You guys are pretty ridiculous. Like,
why you reckon the chill ass game?
Yeah, like you guys are like making it into some crazy fucking like Szechuan sauce kind of deal, and I don't really like that. Like, you know, I just wanted to make a chill game where I could just relax and work, simulated work. You know, like
invoking the old Rick and Morty stuff, huh, Steve? That was weird. That was a weird throw in there.
I had to throw them a little jab. At the, no.
Anyways, what games have you been playing this week, Steven, besides Spider-Man? Just Spider-Man?
I beat Spider-Man, actually, yeah. I beat it. Let me. I don't know how I should start this. It's like the game was cool. I was very much in the Spider-Man high.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was it clouded my judgment a bit. Because I really loved it while I was playing it, but like even just me thinking about certain things I had to do, I'm like getting frustrated. I
just want to point out something before everything else. When I got here to Steve's place, he was playing it.
Yeah.
And he was playing it and having a good old time. Because I saw him having a good old time. So, I don't know what all that's about right now.
Let me put it this way. This game takes... Spider-Man is a game that takes no skill, essentially. So.
Oh, wow.
So it's like... It's a game I put on at night when I'm about to go to sleep.
So you can go to sleep.
And I could just swing around and do like stupid shit. And it doesn't really take a lot of like...
skill.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not like overexerting myself in any way. You know, it's not like I'm like if I want to go to sleep, I don't put on Bloodborne because Bloodborne I need to sit right in front of my fucking TV and like just like focus. Like Spider-Man is like I'm in my bed, just like fucking my eyes
swinging.
Yeah, my eyes are half closed. No, I really enjoyed it. It's just there's so many parts of that game that I'm just like, this is so dumb. This is really really dumb. I don't like this and the combat is honestly like pretty infuriating. And I was telling my friend right now, I feel like the controls only work 50% of the time.
It's the dodge. It's all in the dodge. Like the dodge is so finicky. Like you push the dodge, and sometimes he climbs over the person. Sometimes he'll go like under them or like cartwheel out of there. Sometimes he just doesn't do anything.
I just hate when I get hit when I'm dodging.
Yeah,
and
that's so stupid.
Crawling is really bad. When you're crawling on the walls, you get stuck on like everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm supposed to be fucking Spidey. I was supposed to be Spider-Man, and this is happening to me right now. You know, like this.
It's just you. You're not a good Spider-Man. It's just you.
It's me. You're blaming
just
me.
You. You're not a good Spider-Man.
Whatever.
Because real Spider-Man wouldn't have gotten punched.
I think if you have a PlayStation 4, you have this game already.
Yeah, you should be.
So, it's fucking solid though. Like, to me, it's almost like Infamous, right? Infamous 2?
Yeah.
I remember talking about this on the podcast. I was like, Infamous 2 was a pretty chill game that I could just beat with, whatever. Mm-hmm. Had a nice world that you could traverse.
Sure.
This is the same thing, but it has that Spider-Man icing on it. So it's like
I mean, it's wrapped up in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's so I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it. And there's a lot of cool little, like, real-world fucking location. I just went to the Ghostbusters firehouse. It's just there.
Is there a ghost anywhere there?
It is. Not the real one, but there's like one tagged on the back.
Ooh.
And only fucking true Ghostbusters
will get this.
Will like look at that and be like, you think that's just a ghost? You're fucking stupid. That's the real.
That's the firehouse.
That's the fucking firehouse, bruh. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was trying to find monks from Seinfeld, but it's not in there. Because there's like a whole street missing in New York in that game.
Well, there's a street missing. Plus, it's only a certain part of New York. It's not the whole island.
No, right. And I was
besides the Tom's restaurant in Seinfeld is like in the Upper West Side.
Yeah, it's like
so you can't go there.
No, you can.
You sure?
The location where it's supposed to be is just literally missing from the game. And it was the same thing with another. I was trying to find the Friends apartment building.
Oh, right.
Because that's listed on Google Maps. It's not there. It's like the whole street is gone. So
well, fantastic.
Yeah, which was kind of infuriating, honestly, because I was like, if one of the selling points of this game is that it's fucking New York, you make it fucking New York. You know what I mean? Like,
are you gonna say forget about it?
Yeah, like what the fuck? I pay for a fucking real New York.
You're just Italian now. That's not New York.
All right, whatever. Speaking of PlayStation...
Well, I was playing something this week. Thanks for asking.
What did you play?
I played The Messenger.
Oh, you played that?
Yeah, okay. I was very close to, like a couple days ago, or, 2 days ago, I was getting super close. And the great part of that game is that, like, you start off as... You're essentially not the character. You're the messenger of the character.
Okay.
So, like, in the very beginning, you find out that there's a hero, and the hero tells you, hey, dude, take this scroll. You need to take it somewhere. That's why you're the messenger. He's going off and fighting the bad guy. You're the messenger, right?
Uh-huh.
So what's cool is that you travel through the world in 8-bit, because the whole thing is an 8-bit thing. At some point, you travel through time.
Uh-huh.
And when you travel through time, you become 16-bit.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, and then you're in this cool-ass place and you're doing your thing. Here's the problem, Steve.
What?
2 days ago, I'm making my way through things. I'm going like, oh man, this game is getting super hard. So I've sunk like 23 hours plus into it. And it's getting super fucking hard. And then I get to a part where I'm fighting a dragon. And I start fighting this dragon. I'm kicking its ass, but it's taking a good chunk out of me.
Okay.
I'm down to 1 health. It's down to 1 health. I strike it and kill myself at the same time.
Okay.
And I can't progress past that point.
It glitched?
Because I reset to the last save point, which is right before the dragon comes out. I walk towards where I'm supposed to fight him again. Nothing happens.
Oh,
there's no dragon, and there's no transition to the next level.
Whoa, so it's just
so it is called. I went online and found out it is a soft lock. I am not allowed to progress any further in this game.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
You have no idea how infuriating that is because, for one, I was really starting to enjoy this game.
Okay.
And 2, there's no fix for this. There's absolutely no fix. It's just you're fucked.
Well, there has to be they'll probably patch it. I mean, they have to, right? Like,
why would they?
They have to. It's a brand new game. They gotta.
Is it?
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't know, dude. Like, here's the thing. I love Devolver. They're a good company, all right. But like, this is like an indie game. This is a side game. I don't think it's their number 1 priority right now. And this game just came out like what, a month ago?
What do they make besides indie games?
Devolver?
They make big games.
They've made big games before.
Like what?
I can't think of anything top of my head, and I don't know if you wanted me to start fishing through the phone.
Whatever.
But they've made games. I've heard of them before.
Yeah,
it's not like
okay.
But like, I'm totally stuck in. I was getting to a cool part where it was just all skill based, and they were gonna start doing all these crazy 16-bit graphics.
How long did it take? So it was like just like a 20-hour game, or
I had sunk 20.
Or
like
you just took
23 hours is what it says on the playtime.
Or did you just take that long doing other stuff and like?
No, there's no other stuff. It's a straightforward side scroller.
All right.
Like every level has like one little, like in Mega Man, how you can find a secret and then there's this one little room puzzle to get to this thing. That's about all they do to derive you from your, area. The game is really funny too. Like, it'll have really cool, funny, like, quips. Like, you'll show up and this guy will be like, "Man," like, at one point your costume changes, get a hat. He's like, "Man, that's a cool hat." And he's like, "Are you gonna tell me what's going on?" He's like, "I can't get over how cool that hat is." Okay. And then the next time you go see him, he has that hat on his head, and he's like, and you come, and he's like, "Nice hat." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you like it? Did you get a hat like that because of my hat?" And it's like, it's funny because they break the fourth wall a lot too.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's like, I'm so mad at the game right now because of this softlock bullshit. Dude. You know what sucks is that a lot of people. I went on Steam because I was trying to look for like
fixes.
Maybe I could fix it. Maybe if I restart the game. Maybe if I reinstall it. Something like that. Nothing helps. But what I got pissed at is like, as you're progressing through the game, the only thing that changes is how many collectibles you had to unlock this ultimate chest or whatever. And I was like, fuck that. I just want to keep playing, right? People on Steam were like, "Hey, I have a game save if you need it."
So do it.
And so that's on PC, dude.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They don't have it for Switch.
Oh, yeah, on Switch.
So I'm fucked. Just fucked. Yeah. I will say, though, if you have the money, if you have $20, it's a great game to get.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do what I did. Any boss that this happens.
Oh, it'll happen on any boss.
Any boss. If it's the last hit and you die delivering that last blow, you're fucked.
That does kind of suck because it seems like that kind of intense game where you want to do that, like Ninja Gaiden or something.
Some of the bad guys in this have been like so great. They've been so great because just like in a Mega Man game, discovering the weak points is half the fun of fighting these guys. And they do a whole thing where like you're right. They have a system of like just like in Mario Odyssey, if you die, your gems get fed to this thing, like, and you have to pay him back every time you're revived.
Like Shovel Knight then. Yeah,
same thing. But but in Shovel Knight you lose the money and you can regain it.
Yeah.
In this thing it's like if you die, this little demon follows you and his pay is
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, his pay is a certain amount of gems, and as you go, getting gems, they just transfer to him instead of to you.
Okay.
So you have to pay his fee every single time.
Okay.
So that keeps me going. It's better than that bullshit life thing because, whatever, but like one of the best battles is fighting these. There's this battle where you have to fight 2 ogres, and they tag team and they tag in and stuff. Great fight.
Okay.
Fantastic fight. and to find out how to defeat those guys, like figuring out the patterns. So much fun.
That's cool.
So much fun.
That's cool. I'm glad it's a good game because
it is a good game. I wish I could keep playing it. Everybody, it's so infuriating. You have no idea. I've been trying to fix it since Monday.
We'll we'll look some stuff up because that has to be something that they'll fix. If it's that big of an issue, if you went online and
there's 5 known places where you can get frozen or soft locked, where it's like you cannot progress if you do that.
Okay.
And it was so. Oh my gosh, it was so infuriating. I'm
sorry. Yeah, I know you're venting about this because it seems like
and I didn't want to like when I came in to do the podcast, I was very gung ho to start it because I didn't want you to know that happened. I've been holding this information for like 2 days.
No one understands.
No.
Can't tell the wife about it. She doesn't care.
But I wanted to get your honest reaction to my fury as to why. Like, this is so dumb.
It is dumb. That's very dumb. Okay.
It seems like a really basic
fix.
Yeah. And I hope. And by the way, the other thing I was playing, I didn't want to cut into whatever you're saying, but Nintendo Online started yesterday.
Yeah.
And I did the free trial.
Okay.
So 7-day free trial if you have a credit card on the Switch.
Yeah.
I've been playing just a bunch of the games there. Super Mario 3. Double Dragon, Dr. Mario, all sorts of that stuff. Right now, it's like $20 for the whole year. They say they're gonna add more, and
that's extremely fair. Yeah, like
$20 is so fair to play all these games all the time.
$3 a month is like nothing.
Here's the thing, though, right? I don't know what I've been testing it out, but in every place I've tested it, I've been connected to the internet.
Okay.
I tried it today when I was playing a game, and it was like, oh, it's offline here. So you're just going to have to play in offline mode. I think all the games they have on there are downloaded when you download the app. Because it's like 15 or 20 games right off the bat.
Yeah.
But they're all like super small 8-bit games. Yeah. So I doubt it's taking all that much time.
The entire NES library fits like on a fucking like a small SD card. Yeah. Like it's not very...
What I heard, the next one they're going to bring is like Super Nintendo games.
Okay.
And I heard that also Sega Genesis is going to be on there too.
Really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's great.
And I was like, fucking, what are they going to have on there? And they had Altered Beast.
Sonic.
No, they didn't have Sonic on there. Not that I saw. But one thing I did see on there.
This is confirmed, you're saying?
I saw a trailer where it was like the Sonic or the Genesis stuff. I saw...
Are you sure that's not the bundle?
What bundle? They were coming out with a bundle?
Yeah, there's like a Sega bundle coming out.
I thought that was part of the Switch Online.
No. Well, anyway, I got it too. And I was...
How are you enjoying it?
I'm pretty much just playing Super Mario Brothers 3 because Mario Brothers 3 is a fucking amazing game that you can play to this day and still enjoy. Because they had Double Dragon and I'm like, I don't fucking care about that. Or
it's a good game.
Like pro wrestling, I was like, yeah.
Pro wrestling sucks. You know what's surprisingly fun?
What?
Temco Bowl.
I was like,
I played that and I was like, what?
At least it's really fast and snappy. As soon as you click the game, it pops up. You're immediately in the game. It takes less than a second. So I was like, good, that's great. Because I mean, no offense to old NES games, but it's like that's not. I'm not here on the Switch for NES games, you know? It's just kind of like an added bonus, you know?
I mean, I want to eventually beat Ice Climbers because I've never actually beat that game, but
that game
I hope they add some more stuff like Punch-Out, like anything that's in Smash Brothers, I would love to play.
It's just so weird because it's like, I have all this stuff on the NES Classic. What do I don't know.
But you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing. But you're, just to clarify, yes, Steven's right. It's a master collection for Sega Genesis.
It's a Sega collection, right?
Yeah, it's 50 games that go from like NES Classic to like let's see. And it by the way, let's see. It has things like Alien Storm, Alex the Kid, in the Enchanted Castle. Let's see, Columns. People freaking used to love Columns.
Hell yeah, bro, Columns.
But the Golden Axe, Kid Chameleon, Phantasy Star, all these kind of games. The one thing I was like, oh my gosh, that's dope, is they're going to have Gunstar Heroes on it.
That's a good one, yeah.
Gunstar Heroes.
It's a fucking expensive game.
Is one of the best run-and-gun shooters that I've ever played.
Yeah, it inspired Cuphead greatly. So, yes. It's very good.
So, yes.
Very good. Very
so,
good.
I'm definitely going to get that just for that game. Because it can't, like, all the other games that come down, like Golden Axe and all that, I'm down for that, but, like, Gunstar Heroes is one I want to buy. And I didn't like that crappy redo that they did on the Game Boy Advanced. I didn't like that version of it. It has to be, like... It was, I don't know what
that
it
was a sequel.
Like it was a sequel?
Yeah, it was a different game.
Well, whatever it was, I didn't dig it.
It's on 3DS. Just
Is
so
it really?
You know. Yeah, they have a revamped version on 3DS that has I believe it has save states and stuff, but it also has online. So we could have been, yeah. I have it.
Well, here's the thing with the Switch: anything that's 2 players, you can play online.
Oh, for the Nintendo games, you're saying?
Yeah. So
yeah,
like if they, like, for example, if you and me are playing, I don't know, Double Dragon, as long as there's like online, we can hook up and play whatever game.
Are you sure it's every game though?
Any game that has 2 players, because other than that, you do what I understand is, like, my friend Jordan, he was explaining it to me. He's like, if you do a game that's not, and you, like, trade off, you basically just become a spectator while the other person plays.
Oh, that's still cool, though.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right. Well, I mean, it's funny, too, because people were complaining. They're like, oh, now I can't play Splatoon online unless I pay. I'm like, it's like fucking $3, dude. It's like, compared to, like...
Xbox Live
$60
and
fucking dollars in, like, every other console. Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
I wanted to mention this real fast, because it got announced today.
Are you talking about the PlayStation thing?
Okay, so PlayStation announced the PlayStation Classic, which is the PS1, just smaller.
Okay.
And it has games preloaded on it. I don't know.
Sounds very different. It sounds very much the same as some other things I've been thinking.
Yeah, I mean that's the joke, right?
Atari did theirs, huh?
Dude, I don't.
Let's take a swing with PlayStation.
It's weird too, because it's like, I feel like it's been a while since PlayStation's like straight up copied like Nintendo, because I know they've done that in the past, you know, but it's been like they've had their own successes doing their own like kind of stuff, and it just seems weird that they would do this. And I say weird because it's so, everything about this seems bad to me. The price tag, first of all, it's $100. The Super Nintendo was only $80, and it came with 2 controllers. I don't know what the fuck they're
about.
No, I don't know what their what am I trying to say? Their logic is here.
Well, PlayStation is better than
you
Nintendo.
Mean like the graphics and stuff?
Well, slightly better, yeah, but they, like, PlayStation games had, like, video and stuff in it. So it's like, it is a step above. Plus, it was a 3D console.
They're not going to have shit. They're not going to have Tony Hawk, first of all. They can't. Like, it's licensed. They're not going to do that.
Well, no, they're not going to have that. They're going to try to have things like Spyro.
And the stuff that they showed off was like, okay, Final Fantasy VII, that's great, but I'm going to have it on Switch soon. Not to mention, I have Final Fantasy VII on a PSP like 20 years ago.
And next year, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out.
It's not next year, dude.
Isn't it next year?
That shit has been shelved.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, that's dumb.
That has been fucking shelved, like, indefinitely for a very set amount of time.
Wow.
Anyway.
That's awful.
Yeah, anyway. The controllers don't have fucking analog sticks on them, dude.
What?
Yeah, they're the original PlayStation 1.
Oh, no.
So it's like, even if I were to hack this thing and get more games, I can't use the joystick? That's like, no, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
what's funny is, you know, that PlayStations, they're not going to do the same thing as Nintendo and be like, it's open-ended. Just do whatever you want with it.
They will.
You know they're not going to.
They will. They usually do, honestly.
No, there's no way.
Okay, yeah, you're right, because PSP only got hacked because of that one guy that used to work for Sony.
Right.
And yeah, everything.
They're gonna lock everything out.
Everything's been pretty locked.
I guarantee you, one thing that Nintendo didn't do, and that PlayStation is gonna do, is they're gonna be like, hey, you know what? We should make this like go online, so that you could buy PlayStation games for this. We should open up the store and let people play PlayStation games.
The fact that it's not a DualShock is like, you can't play half the goddamn library. Like,
that is true.
It's so that's my point. That's my main point, I guess, is because I actually was like, when I saw this, I was like, I get that they're copying Nintendo, but it's like, it still looks kind of cool. I might want one. $100 fucking dollars no analog stick. Not to mention...
Two controllers?
Two controllers, but if I'm playing Final Fantasy, I don't need another controller. What the fuck? Like, I'm not going to be playing Crash Team Racing, obviously, because it's not going to be on there or something.
Do they announce games for it? Or it was just like, it's coming?
They were just like, it's coming, and there was like, I think, like 6 games.
Which were?
Which, like, 3 of them were fucking one-player games, and then there's no Ape Escape, because Ape Escape, like, premiered with, like, the DualShock.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, people are upset about that
and the Rumble.
shit.
Remember? Because the original PlayStation didn't have Rumble.
It's such a fucking mess, dude. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the other thing, too, is, like, you're like, okay, Crash Bandicoot should be on there, right?
Right. It's not on there.
Okay, I have all three. I have all 3 of them remastered. Insane Trilogy.
Insane Trilogy.
I have them all remastered. You have Spyro on there. Spyro's getting the Reignited Trilogy. Does anybody care about the games that are on here right now? Like,
I'm trying to think. What about like Siphon Filter? Remember that game?
There's just like, I don't know.
I don't know what.
I just
like whenever I think of a Nintendo console, there's like games I'm like, that's only on Super Nintendo.
Well, yeah, they have first party titles for sure, and even like Super Nintendo Classic was like, if you weren't gonna buy into it this time, the gimmick of like the smaller console, it's like, hey, at least we have Star Fox 2. This is the only way you could play it. Right. Like as at least they have that, right?
Right.
This is just like, there's nothing special here. Like
nothing.
What? I fucking honestly have no idea why they did that, or even why they announced it at like TGS. Like, is this something you even announced? It just feels like.
Well, you know what? It's different though, because PlayStation is like more ingrained over there. I want to say PlayStation is a bigger deal over there.
No, I'm sure there's like, Sony's huge.
But
Sony's huge.
But here's the thing. I saw the Atari Kickstarter one too. And that thing is like an overpriced emulator.
They have a Genesis one.
I know they have a Genesis one, but it's the same thing. It's like they don't get the like Nintendo did this thing, and it's done. You know what? Like Atari and Genesis are missing the boat on this thing. Like they made it so that it goes. It's a it's a HDMI. But it's like a very hackable system. Let them have an emulator. You know, whatever.
You're talking about Nintendo?
Fine. I'm talking about like a Nintendo. Like Atari was like, dude, this thing can do broadcast. It connects to Twitch and all this stuff, and it's got blah blah blah, and it's like a $300 little system.
Who the fuck wants to pay $300 for an Atari?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's an Atari game. Atari games take like 2 seconds.
That's dumb.
And it's like Genesis is it's just like I don't understand why they're putting so. How much is it? Like the Genesis one is expensive.
I don't think it is actually. I think it's pretty cheap. I think it's the same as the NES. I think it's 60.
60.
I'm not sure though. All I know is that it has SD card memory. So a lot of people were really excited about that because they were like fucking easy to hack. So.
All right, well I take that one back then, because like if that's the case, then they understand what it is. It's like it's for people to have fun. It's going to be something people will use on Twitch and stuff, but we have to make it really easy to use.
You know what's weird too is like a lot of people were saying like they're not going to do Nintendo 64 Classic. Like why would they do that, right?
Yeah, I don't buy that.
And you also say that they won't do that, and to me it's like. Yeah, I guess it's because 3D is almost like it doesn't feel as retro, right?
No, I think that it's because all the classic, quote unquote, classic games that you would want to buy on your N64 are licensed to other people right now. Okay. So like Banjo-Kazooie, you can't do any of those. Yeah. You can't do GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's true.
Like aside from the classic like Mario 64. Mario Kart, tennis, besides those, what else are we looking at here? Donkey Kong 64?
Yeah, no. Mario 64 on there. I'm fucking set, bro. I'm set for life.
Think of like 30 games that you're dying to play.
Donkey Kong 64, you can get that. What are you talking about?
No, it's Rare.
Nintendo owns Donkey Kong, though.
That they don't own Rare's game.
Dude, they have Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo Classic. What are you talking about?
They do, but it's... What do I want to say?
That's exactly what it is. They got Rare to make it, but they made it for them. They own it.
Okay.
Banjo-Kazooie is like they just did it on their own. Like Nintendo can't touch that.
That's what I'm saying. Is I think those games are the ones that are like it was made by Rare and licensed by Nintendo, but it wasn't like you're making this for us.
Donkey Kong definitely was though, because that's their own character. Yeah, what the fuck, like.
I don't know. I think there's some problem with legality there.
If they got them to make a Mario game, they have the rights to that.
Okay, well, even so, like, what other N64 games are you like? Oh my gosh, gotta play this.
Well, I was gonna say that's another point for, like, I guess against the PlayStation Classic is, like, since 3D was so new at that time, people were reaching out to, like, every developer on the planet, like, especially PlayStation. PlayStation was like the fucking Google App Store, dude. PlayStation was like everyone.
Everybody and anybody can do anything on this system.
You know what's on the PlayStation Classic? Jumping Flash is on the PlayStation Classic.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I watched you play that, and I was like, "Why are you playing?"
It is like a fucking crazy ass fever dream. Yeah.
It is the weirdest effing game about being able to jump sky high in first person.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the hell are you playing?" And you were just like, "I don't know."
I love that game, actually.
And you were jumping all over the place, and he was like, "It's Jumping Flash."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what is jumping? You're this robotic rabbit.
Yeah, I just turned my head to 180, and my eyes were red, and I said, "It's Jumping Flash, baby."
And I was like, "Whoa!"
And you were like, "Whoa, okay." And it said, and went, Sega! No, I'm just kidding.
And when PlayStation All Stars is on there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm very curious to know who's gonna buy this.
There's not even a God of War on there.
Of course not. It's PlayStation 1, dude.
I can't even tell you a PlayStation 1 game aside from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater that I was like, yes, this.
Because it doesn't have a lot of, like, first party games that you're like.
Crash was their mascot.
Supposedly, yeah.
But now that's on a remastered thing for every system on the planet. Like, if I want to play Crash right now, just buy it on my Switch.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I was this close to buying it on my Switch, to be honest.
You don't want that. I don't think you'd like it, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a very strange decision to me. Will it have the CD player? That's what I want to know. It's gonna have the CD player, huh? Gonna put MP3s on there, huh?
That joke is like 40 years too late, Steve.
How's that too late? No, I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. I am very curious to see who will buy it, though.
Will it have the CD visualizer?
Yeah. Dude, remember that?
I remember it on Apple Music.
There was some good rhythm games on PS1.
Parappa the Rappa?
It has to have Parappa, right?
I guess so, but like there's, as nostalgic as that game is, I'm like, I can think of like 10 games that do it better than they do, including Rock Band, Guitar Hero.
Listen, I don't like rhythm games. I'm just saying that I know people
Elite Beat Agents.
People love Busted Groove. People love fucking Parappa. They love that rabbit game. What's it called? I don't know.
Rabbit game.
There's a rabbit game where you're just like basically a line and it's a rhythm game. And it's really, I think it's actually kind of a rare game, but I don't know.
Whatevs.
Yeah.
The point is, $100 is a lot to pay for that system.
Smackers? I don't know about that, dude.
You know about that, dude?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. Oh, wait.
Yeah. But let's wrap this up, shall we? Okay. Final thoughts. Devil May Cry 5.
Dante looks okay. He doesn't look great.
I'm just excited.
He still looks pretty cool.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to play as him. I hope there's a big Dante part.
Oh, I played Mega Man 11, by the way. I tried the demo out.
You dropping this right now, Steve?
I'll talk about it for 2 minutes, okay? Start the timer.
Count it!
Start the timer right now. I played the demo. It was pretty cool, a little bit infuriating. His run cycle to me looks a little bit strange. But overall, it felt pretty nice. I like the gear system. The gear system was kind of like cool. It's because what are you gonna do with Mega Man at this point? You have to change it a little bit to make it fresh.
Sure.
Rush comes in with one button now, so you don't have to switch to him.
Cool.
Just snappy. It's nice. It's cool. It's fast. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty in on it. I don't feel like it's gonna be a $60 game though. That's for sure.
No, it's probably $20.
Yeah, it's from what it feels like. They're
just gonna keep making Mega Man.
8 Master Robots, Boss Rush, and then Wily, and then whatever.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Very much what they're doing a lot. They're going back to the well. Lots of Street Fighters, lots of Devil May Cries, lots of Mega Man.
It's strange too, cause maybe a year ago I wouldn't be excited by anything Capcom did. But right now, it's like, dude, they got Mega Man, and he just gave his Mega Buster to Nero from Devil May Cry, and I'm like, what year is it? I'm fucking excited. Like, I'm a happy man right now.
I'm glad you're happy, Steve.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
I love Mega Man.
I'm glad you're happy.
I love Mega Man. What can I say?
I love the Mega Man. Final thoughts, I love Mega Man.
Yeah. What else are we talking about? Messenger? Don't soft lock it.
Oh my god. You have no idea. I'm so pissed, but I would highly recommend that game. If you're a fan of Ninja Gaiden, don't worry, it's not that hard.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ninja Gaiden is... I've never beat Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
The original.
Ninja Gaiden 1 is really hard. Ninja Gaiden 2 is beatable.
Ninja Gaiden 2 is beatable, so I would put it at Ninja Gaiden 2.
Okay. Still fucking hard. Don't get me wrong.
Still hard. Still very hard. But there's more. It's not as straightforward as Ninja Gaiden 2.
Okay. Cool.
More puzzly
at
some points.
Yeah.
But definitely very fun to play. I hope I can finish it at some point.
And PlayStation Classic, if you buy it, please let me know. Because I'm curious as to
when does it come out?
Or if you're interested in buying it, I want to know why. Because
when does it come out?
I don't know.
Well,
the fuck should I know?
And then
came out in the 90s, sitting right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Nintendo Online. If you have a credit card, try the 7-day trial, because if you play any of those games more, like if you can sit down and play those games, even for a little bit, it's $20 for the whole year, and there's more games coming.
If you have
Super Nintendo and Nintendo stuff, so I'm like, dude, totally. I bought the NES Mini and the SNES Mini. I played the shit out of those. I feel like it's the same kind of thing.
If you have a Switch and you have $3 to spare, get it.
Oh yeah, they do.
And then see how long you play Super Mario Brothers 3, because I turned it on just to try Super Mario Brothers 3, and I played it for about an hour. So, just saying, it's a great game.
Oh yeah.
That game aged amazing.
Yeah.
Like fine wine, as they say.
I was before I came home. A friend of mine had booted it up. We got it together. We both brought our Switches to work because we were going to play some online and compare notes. He was playing Mario Brothers 3, and this gentleman is like 6 or 7 years younger than me. And I was blowing his mind at how good I was at this thing. He's like, I'm not into that video game. I'm not super into video games. I was just blowing his mind, getting the flute, doing the stuff. He's like, how the hell did you do that? I was like, oh my gosh,
dude,
felt like a superstar.
Yeah, that's great. That's cool, man. I know, like and that's one of the best feelings too. Is like, especially the first world, you're like, I'm gonna get this flute, I'm gonna get that flute,
I'm gonna get the special. Yeah. I'm gonna get this hammer, bruh.
I don't even
know about this hammer, bruh.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Anyway,
lots of good news today. I swear that trailer really just made me a lot happier than I was. It's like an hour ago. So, but yeah, that does it for this week, guys. See you next week.
See you next week, guys.